this is part of the peak performance protocol. I couldn't get into the pool. The pool was crowded at the gym, and maybe it's better that I didn't because I've been fasting. I've been fasting for a couple of days. That's why my skin looks so good. And I'm not only hungry, I'm famished. So not quite sure if swimming 30 laps after fasting for pretty much the whole weekend for 3 days is a really good idea. I feel good, but I know that I'm going to be weak in the pool. Besides that, the pool was crowded. But this is still part of the peak performance protocol. Because after fasting for a few days, I'm kind of weak, kind of tired. And even though I'm hungry, I don't really feel like cooking. And what's more, I really don't feel like cleaning up after cooking. Now, when my son is here, when my son was with me, I used to love doing it because cooking is a labor of love. And cleaning the dishes is something that he would do kind of most of the time, but I kind of did it, we shared it. We shared that responsibility. But that's not the situation that we're in right now. So God bless my children wherever they are. They're coveted. They're coveted by others and they're loved by me. So I decided to stop at Hawley's, which is a great place here in Upland on 2nd Street. And they make a great lasagna. They really do. So if you're ever in Upland, stop at Hawley's and have the lasagna. I definitely recommend it. Now I'm about to do another video because I want to explain the connection between neurofeedback training in the gamma frequency zone and how provoking a shift in gamma helps you to become a better person. It helps you to become a better person because the gamma frequency zone is it's very high. It's the highest and the highest frequency zone. And it's the frequency zone of unification. It's the unifying frequency. Let me see if I can get that light out of your face. There we go. It's the unifying frequency. So when you train at 40 or 50 hertz, even 30, right? 30, 35, 40, 50. I train at 50, right? When you train that high and you do that frequently and in close interval, enough to provoke a shift, then you thinking in the unifying frequency, problem solving, conflict resolution, peace and love and creativity and inspiration becomes normal for you. And sometimes it's kind of difficult because other people don't live there. They don't live there. Some people actually have an occupational hazard. Police officers come to mind, right? Because they are dealing with the garbage of society. You know, it's like this morning when I was on the way to the gym, I passed a garbage truck. 2 garbage trucks passed me, actually. Thank you so much.
Careful, it's hot. Here's some napkins. You want cheese and peppers? You want some cheese and peppers?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Thank
I'll
you.
grab you some peppers. I'll find you.
Yes. Now look at that lasagna. Delicious. Thank you. I have to stop here for it.
Yeah, he needs to go home. Yeah, okay.
So, although I empathize with garbage men, and I'm very glad that someone does it because the garbage has to be collected.
You know, whatever.
But at the same time, I'm selfishly glad that I'm not driving that stinky truck all day. And I imagine the people that the police have to put their hands on almost a daily basis survive at a level in the society that I wouldn't want to do that. I understand why they put on gloves, rubber gloves. I wouldn't want to do that. But those are their career choices, right? My very first job when I was 15 years old was at Pontchartrain Beach Amusement Park. And what kind of job do you give a 15-year-old at an amusement park? You give them a pail and a broom, and that's what they did. I was sweeping up popcorn and vomit and all kind of stuff in the amusement park. I was a kid. That was the level of employment that I had. That's what I could do at the time. 3 years later, actually 2, I signed up at 17. I went into the United States Air Force. So I understand what it's like to wear a uniform and to carry a weapon. I understand that. And at that time in my life, from 18 to 23 to 24, that was the stage of life that I was in. I was a GI. I was a member of the United States Air Force, and I wore a uniform and I followed orders, and I waited for my paycheck on the 1st and 15th, and that's where I was. Okay, I was ready to fight war, right? I was ready to fight war. So I don't know, I was at maybe the reason level, hopefully at the highest, but sometimes I was beneath that. I mean, the life of a warrior is one that has to indulge in anger and pride, or at least the temptation is almost irresistible. But I rose up beyond that. And then when I got out of the military, I went through a series of jobs, hospitals, and independent companies. Until I decided to start my own business. And when I did, it was difficult. I'm not going to say it wasn't. It was difficult. It's not easy to start a business. It's very challenging. But at this point, I got to the point in my life where things are pretty much arranged the way I like them to be. Not quite yet, but just about. But I can live at a higher frequency. I can live at a higher level. I can live in creativity, inspiration, love. I can be open. I don't have to play tricks. I'm not susceptible to have tricks played on me.
It's my lactose pill.
The challenge is,
It looks like birth control pill.
I wasn't going to say birth control. I was going to say your blue pills. Oh, no, they're much better than that. Fucking horse pills.
you know, the higher frequencies is where generosity is. The higher frequencies is where conflict resolution is. It's where there's peace. It's where there's love and inspiration and creativity. And yes, ultimately enlightenment. But enlightenment is a gift from the above, and I don't expect to be able to provoke that. But it's best to stay up as close as you can to that zone, okay, in your consciousness, because it's a good life. It's a peaceful life. You can sleep well at night. You can live with yourself. You can live a life of independence, honesty, integrity, justice, productiveness, and then hopefully you set standards of behavior for yourself and live up to those standards, and then you earn pride, true pride. Not the kind of pride that gets offended when you are insulted or assaulted. But the pride that comes from setting standards of behavior for yourself and then living up to those standards. And that's where I like to be. That's where I have to be. That's where I have to be an entrepreneur. And that's where I have to be a father. But not everybody is ready to live at that level. And so it can be a lonely existence because you're operating at a frequency that many people are not even familiar with, let alone able to achieve, right? So when you go through relationships and people try to gaslight you, try to play games, it doesn't push you to a state of anger, maybe a little bit of indignation, but not anger. And you just got to let them go on their merry way, right? And so the next video that we're going to do, that I'm going to do, probably this evening, is going to be dealing with how to navigate through the changes in life that are going to come when you reach that higher level, when you reach that higher vibration. Spoiler alert, all your relationships are going to change.
It is. Oh, trust me.
Because you changed. And it takes two to tango.
Look up Armor for Sleep.
Every relationship contains two people, at least. One of those people change, the relationship changes. Some people can deal with it, many people can't. But keep climbing, right? That's the message. But that's just a teaser, right? Because I'm going to ask Grok to explore that with me. And I'm going to ask ChatGPT to explore that with me. Honestly. You know. Not to just agree with me, but to explore it honestly and dig up some empirical data that might either support or reject it. But it is a level of peace that I really hope everybody has a chance to experience. That would make me very happy. Now, I know that if YouTube hears the Beatles, that they're going to give me a music thing, and I don't want a music thing. So I'm going to have to cut this short because this is a bar, restaurant, and they are going to continue to play music, and it may actually get loud enough for it to be detectable. So I don't want to deal with that. But be prepared. I'm going to enjoy this lasagna. It is delicious. And I'm going to head on home. I don't live very far from here. And I'm going to prepare this evening's video. I think it's going to be this evening's live video. I think it's going to be very powerful, very interesting, because I'm going to bring in examples from my own life of this journey of climbing in raising your frequency level, You know, it's not only neurofeedback, it's also diet. That's why I've been fasting. It's also cleansing the brain, which you can do with haritaki. Haritaki is the dried pulp of the fruit of the Terminalia chigula plant. It's very good for decalcifying the pineal gland and cleansing the brain in general. Thank you, it's delicious. And bentonite clay. I'm going to have some bentonite clay. Bentonite clay has a lot of benefits. But I've been having sushi. I've been having pork. And so I just want to make sure that I don't have any parasites. And bentonite clay is good for that. It's good for ridding the body of parasites. And I may also have some apple cider vinegar, chase it with some baking soda, and try to alkalinize my body. Is it alkalinized or alkalized? I don't know. I'll ask Block when I get home. But stay tuned. Thank you. I would be swimming right now, but I'm not. I'm eating. And stay kind. Stay blessed. And bless others. Stay stoic. And stay healthy. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Peace.